Hello everyone, it is Garrett Stewart here with Keller Williams Group 1 here in Reno, Nevada. It is time to look at the May numbers for the real estate market and see what happened last month in real estate here in Reno. Let's take a look. Taking a look at property prices here in Reno Sparks area. Median home price for a single family home in the area is $377,000. That's up from $369,000 we saw last month. Small increase. If you take a look at the numbers here, you can see comparatively that from last year, it's not a big change year over year though. So we can see that prices are still trending upwards slightly, but we're not seeing the dramatic effects that we were seeing a year ago. So that's great news for people that were interested in buying last year, that were not sure what was going to happen. While prices and the market is still appreciating, we're not seeing a crazy fast appreciation that is actually not healthy for a market. So good news out there for buyers and sellers out there. Taking a look at our days to contract, you can see that we did drop even more, down to 45 days to contract. Now, days to contract is the day we go on the market to the day we accept an offer. So it's taking on average about 45 days for a home to go under contract here in the area. That's significantly lower than we were back in January at 74 days, which was really high comparatively to the past. So good news is, we are seeing that number go down. Homes are still selling relatively fast. All right, taking a look at months of inventory here in Reno. You can see the red here is the inventory. You can see it slightly went up for the month. Comparatively, we're trending upwards a little bit faster in the black, which is the sales. So sales are trending upward faster than the inventory. Looking at it a little bit closer here, you're gonna see that with how quickly the sales in the black is going up faster than the inventory. So side by side, you see the red markers are just kind of hovering around the same area, but the sales are going up a lot faster. That is making a difference in the months of inventory we have. Taking a look at that, we dropped to 1.9 months of inventory. We're back under the twos. So 1.9 months of inventory. We haven't been back in the ones since last June. So homes are selling really fast right now. As you can see, the days to contract was a lot lower over the last, or been trending downward. So homes are selling faster, which means we need more homes to come on the market. So we're really hoping we can ramp some of that up for this as we near summer, and help get us back into the twos and eventually the threes and fours to get a more balanced market, which is what we're shooting for, which is 6 months of inventory. Now, last month I went over showing time statistics on how much buyer traffic was increasing, and you saw in that video that and if you haven't watched it, you can watch it right up here. And if you haven't seen it yet, I talked about how the showing requests were going up significantly over last year. So as you can see here, this measured the last few months from Realtor's Buyers Traffic Index, as well as the Showing Time Index. And month over month over the last few months, it's been trending upward. So buyers are coming out for the spring market, which is great news. It's good for a healthy market for us to have lots of buyers out there purchasing up the homes. Now, a lot of people talk about the big R word, recession. So when's that going to happen? I've done some videos in the past talking about the recession. When's that going to happen? I've talked about if we're in a bubble, what's going to happen, all in regards to that. So as you can see here, when's the next U.S. recession going to happen? Pulseomics had posted or did a survey with their economists of when that's going to happen. And, again, I've said it before, a lot of people are predicting 2020. And what's that mean for the housing market? Is Does that mean we're going to be back where we were in 2007, 2008 scenario? Well, I don't think so, because a recession does not mean a housing crash or anything like that. In fact, if you look at this graph here, you'll see that, well, yes, the 2008 recession significantly hurt the housing market. It was the housing market actually pretty much caused the recession, or was at least the biggest factor in the recession happening. So when you look at that, that's why you see such a dramatic number compared to previous recessions. We had, our recession in 2001, home prices actually appreciated over historical average. So, just because a recession might be happening in 2020 does not mean that your, home prices are going to crash or anything like that. 91 was the only other time the homes depreciated, and that was only 1.9%. So not a whole lot. And previous recessions before that, homes appreciated up. So that's great news. If you are looking to purchase, don't let the thought of the chance of a recession happening stop you from owning your own home. It's a great opportunity and it's a great investment. So just wanted to at least let you guys know what's happening in terms of the market here in the United States. Now let's look a little bit more deeper into our individual cities. Jumping into Sparks, median home price actually went down almost 3% to $339,950, so $340,000. The new listings went up a bunch, which is great news. The days to contract went down as well, which is good. And you'll see that the units sold went down as well. So some really interesting stuff. Inventory stayed pretty much the same year over year, or month over month, excuse me. And so some really interesting stuff. Sparks is a little bit different than what's happening in Reno. And as you can see in Reno, we hit the $400,000 mark for median home price. So it went up about 2.5% to $400,000 median home price. New listings shot up almost 24%. And of course, the days to contract went down for Reno as well to 46 days. The units sold went up a bunch, and inventory, good news, at least it went up some, a little over 4%. So that's good news that we are seeing some things increase, but we're going to need some more inventory to keep up with the mass amount of buyers out there right now. And as I talked about, I think a lot of the reason we're seeing a lot more buyers out looking at homes right now is because the interest rates did not jump up as anticipated. Freddie Mac, Fannie Mae, the MBA, and the NAR are all dropping their estimates for the year. And we can see here by the end of this quarter, we're going to see about 4.2% by the end of quarter two. And by the end of this year, 4.3%. So very little change in the interest rates out there. And by the first quarter of 2020, only 4.38%. So it's a great time to get into your home. Thank you guys for watching. If you have any questions, please reach out to me at the number below, or email me, text me, you can message me in the YouTube video here. And I could be happy to answer any questions you have on the real estate market here in Reno, Sparks, Northern Nevada, or across the country. Thank you again for watching, and if you want to watch any of my other videos, you can click on them right over here. Otherwise, I'll see you next time.